Welcome to TSG's Director's Cut. I'm Kelly Walcott, and we've figured out that the most incredible part of our community are the people and the stories that brought them here. So Brenda and I have decided to sit down with the movers and shakers of our industry and hear their who, what, and why. And our guest today is none other than our Director of Player Experience and Community Engagement, Brenda Hogsett. So many welcoming vibes here for you today. I'm going to
Thank
get
you, Kelly.
straight into this.
Let's get into it.
First of all, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us how long you've been in the industry and
Uh,
what are you actually licensed in? Because you're not just an
oh,
esthetician.
yes. So I'm Brenda Hogsett. I have 27 years of beauty industry experience. I first started my career in 1999 as a massage therapist, certified massage therapist, at the tender young age of 18 years old. That dates me. Okay, anyway. And I've been a licensed master esthetician since 2012, so 14 years. I've always loved skin. I've always loved healing connection. I'm also heart-led, just a gift I've had my entire life. And I also am an educator in the industry. I've created my own course. It's actually called Mastering the Manzillion. I created that in 2 years. I spent 2 years creating that, and that was launched in collaboration with Sharp Hill University in August 2025. I'm a multifaceted esthetician professional. I focus on full body waxing for both men and women, and I also specialize in advanced corrective skincare treatments, specifically microchanneling,
Mhm.
doing anti-aging and hair restoration, which I have won multiple international awards with the Skin Games. And I'm also recognized by Global Integral Beauty and Modern Salon. I was a Modern Salon Top 100 beauty professional. And now, my newest role as of April 2026, I am now the Skin Games Director of Player Experience and Community Engagement, which is my the past few years
Mhm.
goal I've always wanted to have. And I am so honored and blessed to be in this new position and emulate what the Skin Games is. So thank you for having me today, Kelly.
Oh, well, you're very, very welcome. We just knew that you were the person to fill that role, and you have absolutely jumped in with both feet, hands, hair, all of it. You've jumped in with every bit of shine and sparkle that you have, and we love it. We love it. I love
Oh,
working with
thank
you
you.
personally.
And I love
It's
working
been
with
good.
you.
You're an amazing addition to our team, so we really much
Oh,
appreciate
thank you
you.
so much. Thank you.
So before we ever met you at the Skin Games, you chose the beauty industry. What was the spark or the moment that made you decide that this was your calling?
Honestly, I didn't just get into the industry just for like glamour or vanity or anything like that. I actually started because I wanted freedom, I wanted purpose, and then a career where I could genuinely help people feel better about themselves. And, at the time, I was raising a young family, trying to build something meaningful, while still being able to be present with my husband and my children. I had worked place to place. I had worked at massage places early in my career, and then as an esthetician, I worked for salons and spas, and I worked for waxing chains and stuff like that. And then I actually opened SKINTASTIC in the back of my house, out of a crisis. Our son had to have multiple open heart surgeries,
Hmm.
and so I needed to be home with him. And my husband is the one that came up with the solution, and work out of the bonus room of our house. And that's where it all started. Very humble beginnings and just doing friends and family and church people. So, and as I grew, I got out of my house, and
Hmm.
April 10th, 2016, I moved out of the house into my Skintastic room. So, and then from there, it just grew. I've gone from one room to multiple rooms to an actual booming salon and spa with 15 people. And then 2 years ago, I went back to being a solopreneur, and I had 3 rooms. I'm in the process of acquiring my fourth because I have my wax room, my facial room, and I have my office. And then my fourth room is going to be a creator room. So
Nice, nice. What would you say was the biggest challenge that you faced when you were first building your professional story?
Back when I started, social media was not a thing. So
Mhm.
I see the difference from today versus back then. A lot of people build their clientele based on social media, and all it takes is one video for people to find you. I didn't have that luxury when I started.
Correct.
You built your business through multiple relationships, consistency, referrals, and showing up every single day. So making sure that, I was essentially clapping for myself. I know now, looking back, I was definitely heart-led and making sure that I was giving my clients the best experience. The challenge was not having visibility, um, and being able to get myself out there. So I didn't have what it is today with marketing.
Yeah, there's so many tools out there now that make it so much easier for you to contact your base and stay in touch with
Oh,
them.
absolutely.
And they do.
Mm-hmm.
They want to hear from you. They care about what you have to offer.
Yeah,
Otherwise, they wouldn't be coming to you, right?
exactly. Right. And
And
one of my biggest challenges was actually, believe it or not, was actually my confidence in owning my expertise. I
right.
wanted to keep wanting to learn. That was the thing. I knew I needed to keep learning.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of estheticians struggle with that in the beginning. You compare yourself, you wonder if you're good enough. So that was
Correct.
my
Well,
challenge.
it is, and I think it's something we all struggle with all the time, imposter syndrome, and then
Mm-hmm.
just knowing your own worth and value and then believing it, because sometimes there are days when you have to just keep telling yourself that you did choose the right career and that you are doing
Yep.
the right thing. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that and you have a really great support system regardless, and you have your husband Jesse, who is an
Yes.
international award-winning husband. So we know
Yes.
you do have the support
Yes.
at home, but some people don't. And
Right.
that's where community, your professional community and network comes in. So
Absolutely.
we'll kind of work into that with this next question is how did your world and the skin games first collide?
It was absolutely a leap of faith, 100%. And I was so scared. I got invited to the Skin Games by a DM, by a judge, Tara Whitaker. Tara.
Okay, love Tara.
Tara
Hi,
Whitaker.
Tara. Shout out,
Hi,
Tara.
shout out Tara. Um, she sent me this long DM telling me what the Skin Games was. Hey, she goes, "Hey, boo, I just saw you. I just found you on Instagram. I just found you on here. I would love, she invited me, come show your talents at the Skin Games. I think you would do great." And I literally was just shaking in my boots. I looked up what the Skin Games was. I went home, I told my husband, and he's like, do it. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what? What do you mean do it? And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
do it. He was always supportive, always,
Mm-hmm.
and like I would always try to talk myself out of things, but he would always be the person that he would be that podium. He would be that pillar. I felt like I was totally out of my league. I felt like I immediately when I signed up and I did everything, I didn't feel like I belonged until I joined the tribe. Once I joined and had connection and interaction with all the players,
Mm-hmm.
those players who would be my competition. And I heard the buzz about, oh, I heard winners were, or, people who didn't win in the categories, they were clapping for other people. And I'd never heard that before, Kelly.
Right,
What?
right, right.
I didn't understand that until Lainey Beal, the year that she won HECA Awards, my first year, and everybody at the table, they were players with her in the same categories. And it wasn't just, I'm clapping for you and I support you. It was genuine. And I actually even saw people cry that people were winning. And I was
Right.
like, what is
Yes.
this? And that's what sparked me. That is what ignited me even more, was that people talk the talk, but Skin
Mm-hmm.
Games walk the walk. The community walks what they preach, and that you can't fake. You can't
No, you
fake that.
can't. You can't. And you're
So
right. The competition aspect can be very intimidating, and it absolutely challenges you, and
yeah,
it forces you to really dig deep because it is a very
Oh yeah, there's so many
vulnerable.
emotions. Yeah,
Hmm.
you're vulnerable. You
Yes,
don't know,
very
am I good enough? That's the biggest thing. Am I good enough? Am I good enough?
correct.
And I tell
It,
people, I don't care where you're at. You're good just where you're at. Come,
you are where you are
and see what it's
supposed to
about.
be. Yes, 100%.
Yep.
Because
I
one of the things that we stress and at the other end, you've played 3 years in a row and now you've transitioned, you've retired as a player and you've transitioned into working in Skin Games leadership. But one of the things that we do as far as the judging part is we really stress the fact that it takes a lot to ask to present your body of work to a group
hmm
of colleagues and ask for your work to be evaluated in a
Yes.
public forum, no less.
Right. Oh yeah.
So
It was very intimidating, you know?
very,
But here's the thing. I remember thinking there was no way that I belonged there because of the level that I thought, right? I'm like, "Oh my gosh, these are
mhm,
international people. They're blah blah blah. These were professionals putting their
mhm,
work and case studies in front of the industry." Like that seemed so much. But when I actually did it, we overthink things. We work things up so much more. We make things bigger in our mind than what they
mhm.
really are. And we
Anticipation
talk our,
is worse than the
right,
reality. Yes.
exactly. And we can literally talk ourselves out of career changing things that,
Life changing,
yes, life
expansive
changing,
things.
career changing, all the changing, growth, connections. Like I wouldn't have the family because Kelly, I consider you family.
Of
I wouldn't
course,
have
yes.
the family that I
Hmm.
have today if I hadn't said yes. You know, I tell people all the time, I know it's corny as all heck, but I'm like, if you're scared, do it anyway. Do it scared. You can't overcome those fears unless you say yes to all opportunities coming my way. I was like, yes, 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 yes. But
Correct.
I just
Yes.
know, I know that something inside of me, I knew I needed to do it anyway. I'm like, I know God was telling me to go.
And
I
so
had
you
to go.
went
So I went, and the rest is history.
because the Skin Games is an event that is focused on
Mhm.
developing you as a professional,
Yep.
and you get out of it as much as you put into it.
Since being in aesthetic school and getting licensed, this is my 10th year going. But I go and I sign up for all the classes, anything and everything. I get the big ticket, you know. So I know that investing in myself is going to grow me professionally and personally to
Hmm.
also be able to have these certificates and these awards hanging on my wall to say that I am a professional and
Hmm.
that I have the authority. I'm an authoritative person in my profession because I do invest in myself. If you're
Hmm.
not going to invest in yourself, what makes you think your clients are going to invest in you?
Correct. And
That's the key, professionally.
that professional development builds client trust 100% all the way around,
Yep.
and it builds your confidence as well. Time to put on your advice hat, your mentor hat. If you could go back to the Brenda that was just starting their career, what is one piece of wisdom you'd give yourself that you've learned throughout your journey?
Honestly, I would say stop waiting till you're ready. Just
Ooh,
do it. You
just
know,
do it. Yes,
just
not
do
to
it. Just do it.
not to steal someone else's
No, not to steal somebody else's. Aggie Singh said it best. She didn't feel like she was ready. She didn't know because she knew about it, but she waited a year to compete. She didn't know if she was ready to do it. She didn't know, oh, do I have enough knowledge? Am I good enough to do this? And I'm like, Aggie Singh, what? And she was the esthetician of the year.
right?
I was like, everybody has a feeling of not knowing if they're ready or not. And so I was like, instead of them rating my case studies, instead of being judged, it
Correct.
was a collaboration. What I did good and what I could better. And I took that and I ran with it. And that right there was learning how to be able to be coachable. And I'm like, I didn't see it as judging. I saw it as a collaboration, and I had the honor of these judges to
Hmm.
judge my studies. to
Wow.
help me,
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
say, Brenda, once I got my feedback, I was like, wow, this is great because I needed to, who else is going to hear that? You know what I mean?
Right,
I,
right.
I'm not going to have anybody else tell me what I'm
No.
doing. My clients don't know any better. They don't.
No.
I could
Correct.
just slap some soap on them and they'll say it's a luxury treatment, you know,
There you go.
but having other professionals grade your work, that's how I felt. It was grading. It was grading for me. It was being able to say, hey, this is great. And you had all the different eyes and different perspectives.
Hmm.
So for me, I used it as a growth experience, not as a winning moment. I used it as how can I do better and be better. The trophies were great, win or
Hmm.
lose. Yeah, everybody wants to
Hmm.
win, but I actually did it so that I could grow.
I think
Am I?
that's the common theme with that when you talk to most players that they did it for the growth and the personal it's a personal challenge that you give to yourself. So
Exactly.
let's talk a little bit about the Skin Games and its impact on your professional identity. What's one word or phrase that being part of the TSG family, what does that mean to you?
Transfer Transformation through community.
Transformation through community. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. It's
Well,
like it
Brenda,
reminds me
I'm
of
not
like
gonna.
the caterpillar becoming a
Oh,
butterfly.
yes, like yeah, yeah, completely new
Transformation through.
DNA and everything. I like
Well,
that.
and not just transformation, not just career transformation, but personal transformation.
Hmm.
I became a better person. And,
Right.
the skin games gave me a place where I could evolve, be challenged, be seen, and help
Hmm.
other people rise too. So
Yes,
that's
we live. Yep,
100%.
yep.
And
You
now, being in the leadership role, that's what truly matters most to me. Now, helping new players realize they belong here too.
they do. They do.
Yep,
Well, thank you, my
you all
dear.
do.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
honey.
you so much. How can people get in touch with you?
So, all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, I am Skintastic209. And my email is brenda@theskingames.com. So if you are thinking about joining, whether it be competing in a category or attending, reach out to me. Let me get you plugged in. Let us show you what
Mhm.
TSG is all about. We
And how it
genuinely
can
care
help you
about you.
grow.
Oh, tremendously.
Tremendous
Yes.
growth. Well, I absolutely have loved getting to know you and now I have the honor and privilege of working with you and let's see where we go from here, right?
I'm so excited. 26, 27, the year of steel. It's
The
the
year
year
steel,
11 and it's the
yes.
year of steel. And I'm like, I'm running with that. Like it's solid. TSG is solid. And that's what I'm feeling with that community and transformation. Yeah. I'm like, let's go. Let's run with it.
All right,
I'm like,
Brenda. Well, next week or next episodes, we've got some other really great guests coming up. So until then, we'll see you.
bye.